Hit up my boy Gamer the Plug on Twitter or Instagram to buy or sell a stacked NBA 2K21 account or get your badges grinded. Links are in the description. Welcome back, Plug Nation. It's your boy Badge Plug, and today we have a very important video. You know I don't like to waste any time, so whatever you got to do, make sure that like button is blue, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's get into the news. So first of all, you guys know I don't join team after team on 2K. The last one I was in was 2K20, which was truly blessed, and before that, you'd have to be a long time loyal subscriber to remember, but in about 2017 I was in TNB. Well, I have recently joined back TNB. Yes, the nation's best, led by Nadex. If you guys think that you have potential to join, you're a comp stage player, or you feel like you have a lot of potential on YouTube, let me know in the comment section down below. I also want to do a little bit of some tryouts every now and then, so let me know what you do, what your win percentage is, what build is, whatever. It does not matter. Let me know in the comment section down below. Now look, we've already got 2 fire recruits that's going to be announced today from me, because I'm going to be leading the content creation side, and we've already got 2 huge YouTubers to join us. So the content creator side is gonna go insane. Obviously the Twitch side, as you guys know, is already packed, but let's get into the video. I don't want to talk a lot about that. Lots of things coming soon though. Now Double H on Twitter said this: the crazy part is there are so many 2K players / content creators that actually prefer next gen over current gen, but they're too afraid to admit it because of the low support / viewership next gen gets. Then Grinding said the real crazy part is the divide 2K created with this next gen versus current gen BS. LMAO starting to be as dumb as console wars. Just play the game you enjoy. Nate said lack of games in the park killed next gen experience for me. I don't have to struggle to get games on current gen. Grinding said I feel that LMAO, even on Xbox the crowd was weak for me if I wasn't streaming. Hop on 2K20 or current gen and the park is flooded. Nate said, I'm not even going to go into detail on how much stuff needs to be fixed or removed so the experience of playing a next gen game can feel great. Now look, that's disappointing. As you see, he specifically said a next gen game. And look, like I've told you guys over and over, you can like next gen better than current gen. You can think next gen is the greatest 2K of all time. That's your opinion. I'm not going to sleep bad at night because you said that. You're allowed to have your own opinion, but I do feel like most of the community does like current gen better. You guys let me know in the comment section which 2K right now is better, 2K21 current gen or 2K21 next gen. Now as you guys see right here, I'm literally playing in the stage on a legend lockdown, and I've been having a decent amount of fun playing the game, but I don't like next gen. You see what I'm saying? I don't like it, but I've actually been enjoying my time playing current gen. So really, it's up to you at the end of the day, but it's just so surprising how a next gen game isn't really liked at all by the community, and that's something that also adds on to why 2K should just drop one game next year. We've been talking about this over and over because they can barely take care of one game. They need to just focus on one and make it great. That way the community is also not split, and there's not this war of which game is better at the same time, even though most people say current gen is better, so it's not really a war, but it just shouldn't be like that in general at all. Now Duke Dennis responded and said, I don't prefer either. The game is so weird and not fun. Double said both games are not good, but I'm taking next gen over current gen easily. It's not even close in my opinion. Tonio said both of them are bad, but current more relatable, low key more playable. And I honestly believe that too. It is definitely more playable, and like I've said, I don't think either of the games are good or great, but I do think that current gen is better. Now that's just my opinion at the end of the day. If you like next gen more, that's fine. But that's something the community needs to understand. They're allowed to have an opinion. The people say that they like next gen better, fine. Why does it matter to you? You know what I'm saying? Why does it got to be such a big argument? I honestly don't believe that next gen is a better game, but if you do, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I really don't care. But anyway, Power DF, you guys know he's been in a lot of drama recently and stuff, and he's been doing these wagers, and he hasn't played D-Boy yet, but he's going to soon. He said skill gap is the most overused word in the 2K community. No one really understands what it means. People just use it as a huge excuse. If they lose, it's proof the game has no skill gap. If they win, there's a skill gap. Iggy Mo said the reason people say there's no skill gap in next gen is there's no diversity in dribble moves, meaning everyone dribbles the same. ISO is OP because builds in the corner have a 93-pointer and contacts are overpowered. The game is ran by RNG way worse than any other 2K. Power said the reason people say there's no skill in next gen is because they don't like playing the game, but you not liking the game isn't equal to there not having a skill gap. If people don't like a game, they love to claim no skill gap. He said, in my opinion, next gen is the least quote-unquote skill gap though. Blow buys are too easy to get, ISO is too overpowered, and builds are, I'm guessing he was trying to say, are not diverse. So everyone tends to play the same because it's the easiest thing to do. Power said, I don't know if you realize this, but when everyone uses similar builds, it creates the largest skill gap. That's why the 2K League has preset builds, because everyone has the same starting point. Now look, I agree with none of that Power said, except for the very end. That is true. If everyone is on the same exact playing field, then it's the same skill gap in terms of that build, not in terms of the game, but in terms of everyone gets to start the game with the exact same build. You see what I'm saying? That's why the 6'7" power forward or whatever it is people use on next gen is a skill gap with the build, not with the gameplay. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference, but he does make a point right there. You guys know, I'm not going to sit there and say Power's wrong about everything. When he's wrong, he's wrong. When he's right, he's right. But I do feel like he was right on the last one right there. Dignify said, yeah, then I guess current gen has a higher skill gap. Like I said, next gen by far is the easiest 2K out right now for reasons I stated above, ... Power said, it's not. And current gen has a decent skill gap, but it's ruined by the archetype system. For example, a paint beast in current gen doesn't even need to know how to shoot to be good. Only set screens and rebound. In next gen, you must be able to set screens, shoot, and rebound. So I guess there's a little bit of a point. Davis replied and he said, next gen has no skill gap. Power said, it definitely does. Davis said, no. Just no. Nut responded to that and he said, I think next gen offense is just way too easy for my liking. Probably my biggest issue with the game. Power said, feel you. I'm mixed on that. Yeah, it's really easy, but I kind of have fun with it being easy. So you guys let me know, man. What is your ideal 2K? Like, do you want a game with the biggest skill gap? Do you want a game that's fun? Do you want a game that has an incentive to grind? Do you want superstar builds? Do you want play styles? Let me know what you think is your ideal 2K game. And if you could make it in a perfect world, what would it look like? We've talked about this a few times. I think the best way to make a good game is to, one, fix the issues that no one can argue about, and also put things into the game that no one could argue about. Like, no one is going to say, hey, you actually shouldn't have any rewards in the game for playing. You know what I'm saying? There should be new rewards on the game that make you want to play it. Even if some of those rewards people aren't going to earn, like at Legend or something like that, just having them in the game is cool. A lot of the community wants things in the game that 2K just doesn't put in. Like, no one is going to sit there and go, you know, I wanted affiliations, but no, 2K should not take out the negative 50% less level. I like playing in my own affiliation and only that one. Like, no one's gonna say that. We want affiliations in the game. Well, people did want those. I told you guys it doesn't matter to me. In the last video I said if it's in a cardboard box with new level rewards and a good build system and good gameplay, I would not care. But at the same time, people never play in other affiliations because they don't want to get negative 50% less level. Therefore, it kind of invalidates the reason for affiliations to be in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to play in the other ones, and now there's something in the game that says, hey, are you sure you want to play in the other one? You know what I'm saying? That's what 2K has to focus on if they add affiliations again next year, which they most likely are. We've talked about before from a Ronnie 2K tweet that pretty much hinted at that. But anyway, Power continued his beef with D-Boy, and he said this: LMFA, yo, D-Boy just DM'd me he doesn't want to current gen wager me unless it's on PS4. Is he that scared? Isn't he supposed to be the money guard? I don't even play current gen and he has an Xbox just sitting there. Crying face. Crying face. Now look, I think Power is wrong on this one. Power said that he wants D-Boy to play him on next gen on his system. So why doesn't Power play D-Boy on current gen on D-Boy's system? You know what I'm saying? I think that that's only fair because they're playing on both games. They're not on the same system, so they should play each other on their system that they play the game on. Anyway, Power said, I guess his excellent script doesn't work on Xbox. Oh, he's saying D-Boy uses us in. Like we don't know for sure if he does, but that's what Power was joking about in his tweet. And then he posted this screenshot of him getting 21-0'd on the threes on next gen. He said, I see why D-Boy don't want to play now, LOL. This is probably why he went back to current gen. Can't blame him, not going to lie. Then he said, someone just told me D-Boy planning to sit corner on next gen. Oh my god, this y'all money guard, question mark. So he's just agging on this wager. I can't wait to see it. Then someone said, aren't you, blah blah blah, and he said, I'm not sitting corner on current gen. So Power is going to be guarding one of the two people that is up on the court, not the lockdown in the corner on current gen. That's going to be very interesting. Then he said, I see this now. D-Boy dude is all talk. He's actually scared AF of me right now. If he wants to play, he can DM me. If not, I'll just continue wagering the actual good players. Like, oh my gosh, Power. This dude is going on a rampage. I really hope that he doesn't lose both games. If he loses on next gen and current gen, that would be bad. But if he wins them both, that would be insane. Now, I do expect Power to win on next gen and D-Boy to win on current gen, and that's that. Hopefully they do something after that, but I don't think they will. We'll see. We will see. But then he said, next gen has no skill gap, but you can't even run the ball. I'm laughing so hard right now. So he was really talking his trash to D-Boy, and then he finally responded to Power, and he said this. Here we go, part 3 of explaining to an idiot because you obviously want some attention. I'm hopping on next gen to play your game on your console. It's only right if it's split to play current gen on my console. A PS4 is $100. The way your ego is, that should be pennies to you. Power said, you should be able to beat me on current gen on any console. You sound scared. This is a bad look. So, I don't know, man. I just want to see the wager. At this point, I just want to see them wager. It doesn't matter to me, all this beef. I want to see them play. But guys, speaking of next gen and all that, as you see from the title, I have had next gen uninstalled for a minute now. The only reason I was even getting on next gen was to spin my wheel, because if I get VC or something like that, it can transfer back to my current gen game. So I was spinning my wheel usually like once a day, like I was spinning it like once every other day when I remembered to, and that was the only reason I was getting on the game. So I've uninstalled it, and I want you guys to hear this, okay? For the people that only look at the title, and then if I play next gen 3 months from now, they're like, oh, but you said that you were done with next gen, blah, 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 and they don't actually watch the videos. I will install the game again to play Pro-Am if I can get a Pro-Am team, because Pro-Am looks fun to me. I want to try it out, and the really important thing is I want to make sure before I say, before we move on to 2K22, I tried everything in the game to see if there was some shade of hope, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? So I want to try Pro-Am and give 2K22 one last chance to say, hey, maybe it is decent. Maybe it is a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's a good game. So if I download it back, that will be what it's for, and you guys heard that. So you make sure you tell people that only watch for the, they only seen the title and they're like, oh, Badge Plug, you said you were never going to play again, because I told you guys before, even though I still haven't, that although I was quitting next gen, which I haven't played in like 2 months, literally haven't played a game of next gen in like 2 months, that one day I could play it again. Not saying that I will never play it again. So that's it. You guys let me know how you feel about that in the comment section down below. It's your boy Badge Plug. You've been plugged in. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And I'm out. Peace.